Have you ever dreamed about winning the lottery? Have you ever thought about the first thing that you would buy if you won? Well, a lot of NFL stars get paid like they won the lottery. With the top dogs earning over $300 million in their careers, they can afford almost anything that their heart desires. So, what have these players bought with all of this money? These are some wildly expensive things that NFL players own. Those of you that collect Pokémon cards know that the goal was to catch them all. Well, while Blake Martinez did not catch them all on the football field, he certainly caught the right Pokémon cards off the field.
On the back.
Swirlistrator. What is the grade?
Oh!
Recently, Martinez sold a rare card called the Illustrator Pikachu, or the Swirlistrator, for $672,000. Just 10 days after he sold this rare card, he announced his retirement from the NFL. Unlike some of the other players that will be on this list, Martinez owned this card before he made his fortune. He received the card when he was 6 years old.
When I was like 6 years old, I would do whatever chores you could. Like get 10 bucks, go to the local like grocery store or whatever, get some packs, open them up.
So, because he was smart with the expensive thing he owned, some argue that it may have helped finance an early retirement. Next, we take a look at a player that in his prime was one of the best on the football field. Apparently, he wanted to uphold that reputation with things he bought off the field. One of the biggest things that stands out in Brown's collection is his Ferrari Enzo. The car is hard to get your hands on, considering that only 400 were ever made by Ferrari. On top of this, one has not been made since 2004. Given that this car model has been out of production for nearly 2 decades, it's a safer bet than Antonio Brown getting cut from another NFL team that it's worth a lot of money. At the time it was made, it had an MSRP of $659,000. Today, it has an asking price of around $3.5 million. So, maybe Brown should follow Martinez's footsteps and sell his valuable item, considering that no team signed him during the 2022 season. Last year, Odell Beckham Jr. finally got the monkey off his back and won a Super Bowl ring with the Rams. A few years prior, he cursed the Giants faithful by releasing pictures of him and other wide receivers at a boat party on vacation before their first playoff game against the Packers.
You clinch the playoffs and you beat my team, goddamn, this how you feel. I know, but this how you feel. This how you feel.
Well, while they were partying, the Packers were running the table, as they ran through the Giants 38-13 in that 2016 wildcard game. After a brief stop in Cleveland, you would have thought that he would learn something from that boat party. Well, Beckham showed us that he still likes to have a little flair before big games. For Super Bowl 56, he had custom diamond cleats designed for him. These cleats apparently took over 100 hours to make, and more than 25 carats worth of diamonds in them. Altogether, those cleats are worth over $200,000. Like Brown, Beckham is currently a free agent this season, so maybe there's a team that can give him a chance to wear a $400,000 pair of cleats in the Super Bowl will do the trick. Odell Beckham is far from the only player in the NFL to buy some expensive jewelry. While many players spend tens of thousands of dollars on this, not many take it as far as Lamar Jackson did after he got drafted by the Baltimore Ravens.
With the 32nd pick in the 2018 NFL Draft, the Baltimore Ravens select Lamar Jackson.
Jackson was one of the most notable college football quarterbacks in history. He was a star at Louisville with one viral moment that you will never forget. He was playing in the Carrier Dome against Syracuse back in 2016. It was there where he hurdled over one Syracuse defender for one of many rushing touchdowns that day. Louisville would go on to win a laugher 72-13. With that being one of the biggest highlights of his college career, Jackson wanted to commemorate it around his neck. So, Jackson paid $100,000 to have a chain designed to commemorate that leap. Now, Jackson is holding out to hopefully get a fully guaranteed contract. Maybe if he gets that representing himself, he can get a custom chain to commemorate signing that contract. Also, to fully generate our ability to keep posting videos like this, make sure to click those like and subscribe buttons for our channel. Of course, we can't have a list without featuring the NFL's most lucrative player. After winning Super Bowl 54, the Kansas City Chiefs' Mahomes signed the richest contract in NFL history for 10 years and $450 million. With that kind of money, it's safe to say that he can afford 1 or 2 luxury items. While he matched some players above in buying jewelry, cars, and even a fancy engagement for his now wife, Mahomes did one extra thing with the money that he had. Mahomes bought a partial stake of the local MLS club sporting Kansas City, So he is not only tied to Kansas City through being a star quarterback in the NFL, he's also financially supporting a secondhand franchise in the city. What makes this extra special is that his wife, Brittany Mahomes, has a background in soccer and also works with the NWSL. So, what percentage of the team does Mahomes own? While there's no public answer on that out there, one thing's for sure, considering the team is worth $575 million, it must be worth a pretty penny.
Starting with Brittany, that I really wanted to be a part of it, and she had the NWSL team, and that's her thing, and I wanted to do my own thing in a sense, and then always supporting the Kansas City community. I mean, that's such a big part of the Kansas City community with the soccer community that we have here, so being a part of that was something special.
Okay, if we're going to bring up the NFL's new golden boy, we can't forget the arguable GOAT. Tom Brady has been playing in the NFL for so long, 23 seasons. He's now starting to face guys that are younger than the years he's been playing. With that, plus 7 Super Bowl rings on his fingers, it's safe to say he has made a lot of money over the years. So, what has he done with it? Well, with Giselle, he's bought a lot of lucrative real estate. One of the most notable purchases they made together was a $17 million property on Indian Creek Island. For those of you that don't know, this is a rich island where celebrities go to get away from their crazy fans. In Tom Brady's case, he may just want to get far away from Bill Belichick's death stares. The house is 5,772 square feet, and it's on 2 acres of land. Other famous neighbors on the island include people like Ivanka Trump and Julio Iglesias. However, considering that Brady and Giselle are getting a divorce, they may need the island's famous security to help keep things civil. So, now you see the wild things that some NFL players have the money to buy. Whether it's a leaping chain, a house on a private island, or part of a sporting team, one has to wonder what they would buy in that position. Do you want to see more wild things that NFL players do? Check out some of our other videos to see some crazy highlights.